Hello guys, so let's continue with the next part of our e-commerce site, right? The next part is, let me check here. Okay, we have done the create order details. No, we have done the top one, right? Sorry guys, let's look at here. uh we finished this part, place order. Okay, that's the one we finished, right? The next part is create order details page. So when you click on the place order, right, so this site is live. Let's look at quickly here. Okay, so I'm gonna add a couple of items to our shopping cart. All right, increase the quantity, and you can go to shopping cart here, proceed to checkout, right? So if I'm logged in, it will just take me straight to the shipping cart. If I have shipping address already in my database, it will pick up that, and you just continue. Payment method, you select payment method, PayPal, continue, and I will reach here, right? So last time in the last video, there was issue with the latitude, longitude, and the shipping, I think, address or something, right? Yeah, but I'll show you what happened exactly. Okay, just give me a second. What gonna happen now, right? If I click the place order button, look at this route. Okay, place order, right? um, right now we are here, but soon I place this one, we will be sent to this route. Okay, in order, right? Order slash the ID, right? So that order ID, we're gonna get this dynamic route here, okay, with ID, right? And this page will load. So order payment right here. Okay, so that's where we're gonna get. So let me place the order. So now what gonna happen, remember we have the table right in the database for the order and order items, right? We have the table in the database. Soon I click here, these information, like order information and order item information will be added to that table, and we're gonna send to the next page right here. See, we're gonna send to this ID, order ID, right? Look at here, order ID page. Okay, now we're gonna build the order details page here, right? So that is the thing we're gonna do. How I get rid of that latitude longitude error? Basically what we did, right? I just assign, let's quickly look at here. Okay, so in our leave constant, right? Not in the constant, guys, just give me a second. Schema, or not in the schema type here. There are so many things, right? So what is that? Type validator. Okay, so if you look at the, that is inserted order schema, find inserted order item, right? Find where is the shipping address. Okay, that was from the last time, right? I cannot find. So let me quickly look at place order, right? That's the one we are working on. Okay, we have the place order form and the page, right? I talked about that one on the last video also. The next will be our action, right? In the order action, if you look at here, right? So okay, no, I cannot find, right? That's the bad thing. Okay, but anyway, insert order schema. Okay, I have to get this validation validator, right? Validation validator, validate dot validation validator. So it will be in the leave validation validator here, and so where is the, okay, I cannot find, god. Oh, here, sorry, shipping address schema, right here. The latitude, longitude, what I did is just make it nullable, like null. If there is no value, it can have null, right? So our schema can accept the nullable. Okay, that means it can also accept null value. So please, we are telling the our code, right, not to complain. I have the schema which can accept null for now, right? Okay, and this is optional, so you can have value, you can, maybe you don't, right? So that error is gone. That was the only thing, I believe, error. And the routing part, right? So for routing part, there was an issue with the code itself. Okay, so in the action, right, if you look at the order action, I little bit rewrite all this. I added the map here to make it more like a, improve it from the for loop, right? And here was the issue, right? I was not sending the ID. Okay, I need to return ID, right? Back here. Okay, insert order. Somehow, I don't know, somehow this ID was not properly setting up. So that's why when I reach here, it will throw error, right? Like next or something like that. I used to get error. Okay, so after rewriting this code, going through properly, it just worked, right? The rest is almost same. So I don't think we have to worry anymore. Everything working. We are redirecting to the order, insert order page, right? So let's look at this, these steps now, right? What we're going to do there. So first thing is, now we have the order, right, already in our database. Okay, we're going to get order by ID, right? We're going to get the, like, the ID, okay, of that order. And not only that, get order by ID. So you're going to pass the ID, right? You're going to get that whole order details. But we can include like order items, get all the order items, then user information also, right, by name and email. That is what we're going to include in this function to get, right? So let's copy this, and I will just add just above our order action file, right? So just put it somewhere here, create, maybe get, right? So we're going to call this function later on, get order by ID from the order action. Next is creating some like utilities function, basically to format the ID. This will return, see here, when we have the ID, right, order ID, if we have order ID, in that case you can just format that to the shortest, like, small number, right? ID may be long, just format to 6 character, I believe, something like that. Okay, ID length -6, right? So whatever, ID dot substring, you can also try, right? Just try in the, in your console log and see how this function works. Just test. So I will call this function, I'm going to pass the ID. It will return me the short form of ID by cutting the length, right? So ID length -6. Okay, so whatever length I get, that will be returned here. So we're going to put in the where we're going to add this function, somewhere in the utility. Let's find our utility function, right? So here, yeah, so let's put it this place, and I'm gonna this one to format the date time, right? So it's straightforward, you just pass the whatever date you have, time, and this function will do the magic. Finally it will return date, time, date only, time only, right? So that is what you get from this object. It will return your object, so you're gonna call it like, whatever date dot time, date only, or time only, right? Whatever format you need, just use it. Okay, object dots, whatever we need, right? So if you go through here, this is the JavaScript code itself, type checking, right? uh Date, time, format options. Okay, so this is the, like, a variable const colon, this is the type checking for the date, time, which you can find from the, it is built inside JavaScript already, right? And then you create this month, sort, year, numeric, day numeric, hour numeric, minutes numeric. Once you have this type checking, okay, you can create something like this. And after that, again, date options, right? You're going to call again the same type checking here, date of date. So when a week, day, month, year, something like date option, right? And then you have the time options, hour, minute, hour 12 will be true, right? And then this is the formatted date. So what I will suggest, if you get some difficulty with this, just put this code in the type GPT and ask them to explain if you have difficulty. But just remember, this is just the variable with some type checking here. What kind of data you getting back, right? Stored in this variable, okay? So you have three now: formatted date time, formatted date, and formatted time, right? You're gonna call new date and pass the date string to local string, and then date time option, right? Here you pass that one, okay? It will return you that formatted date time to this variable, and similarly to other one also, right? And that is what we are returning back, okay? So once we have this, we're going to use later, right? For now, let's move to the next one. So we have now the type for order, right? Remember, we have the order table in our database and order item also, right? So how are we going to create all that? So first, let's create the type for that. So in our leave types index file, we're going to add this code, okay? So leave types index right here. We just add that. So look at here, order. See this one, right? Order as Prisma order. Why? Because the name is same, right? Our we are exporting this type order, and also this is the, see, Prisma already have table order, right? So you can get this schema from the Prisma client, okay, easily, no problem, right? Prisma gives you the type if there is a table. So we said, okay, order, I have name conflict. What I said, okay, order as Prisma order. Just call this order as a Prisma order, right? So the name will be not collide. And then we have order item table also. So now I'm gonna type. In the type, you can combine two types, right? Like Prisma order, and you can even put curly bracket or object, and you can put it more types here. So order items will be array of items, because there are many items inside you want to store in the array, right? And then the user will be name string. I just put nullable also, okay, null, right? So that if there is no name, hopefully it will not complain, okay? And then you have email, right, as a string. Shipping address will be shipping address, right, which you can get from the top here, okay? This type, right? Fine. So you have type checking for all put inside this one order, right? Because in the order, you're going to need shipping address, you're going to need user information, you're going to need order items also, you know. So that is all inside your order type checking. Fine. So let's go back now. Next is in our order ID, right? In the let's see, in the root order ID, there is a page. All right, this page we are displaying this information, but we need to have a form also, right? So let's create some kind of table form, something, you know, like order details form, right? Let's call that. So here I will add this code and explain again. Okay, so let's go back on the top. Badge, we're calling the badge from the SAT-CN we have installed already. Card and card content we know from SAT-CN we have installed before. We know how to install table from SAT-CN. Now here we're calling format currency, format date time, format ID, right? All this from the utils, leave utils, okay? We have, right, in the leave utils here, okay? So we call this date time, date only, time only, right? So format currency, format date time, and then also we have format currency here on the top, this one, right? And format date time, we have this. So when you call this one, this is what? This is a function. This function will return these things: date time, date only, time only. Later we're gonna get, right? But for now we have this function called. Okay, this is the variable stored. This variable has function which returns all that property, right? That object. And then also we have ID format. So we get these things, all these three. Import order from the lib types, right? We have the types for order also, we get that. We have import image from next image and link from the next link. Good. These are all things familiar now, right? So let's write a function, because we're going to return the order form, order details form function, right? This function will receive order object from our database that is look like our type, right? This, it looks like this one. Okay, so it has everything inside. Look at here: shipping address, payment, I mean all the details, right? Whatever we created for, okay, the type, right? So this type is, this type here, right, is just give me a second, guys. All right, so this type, right, this type, I mean when we get order from the our database, the data, right, will be something look like this type. Okay, all the type we are added here. The type is what we have predefined the shape of our data, right? Shape, structure. Okay, same thing we're gonna receive. If it does not match, then there will be error, right? But for now it's okay. Let's we receive the type, and this will be our data. Later we're going to send from our page to this component. This component will use this data, right, and display that. This data we can destructure it in this way, because this is object, right? So from this object we're going to get shipping address, order items, item price, and all that we're going to receive. So now this is the returning HTML, I mean component return HTML, right? So you have heading 1, order, and the ID, right? We're going to display order ID here. So format ID, we're going to send the order.id, right, to this function format ID, and we're going to get that sorted ID. Okay, it's like a small ID, right? Then here is start with the grid, and the grid column 3, right, and the gap is 5. Okay, next is again same thing, div. The first div or first box, look at here also 2 box, right, same like before. So the first box will take 2 column, md call span 2, right? So the first box is taking 2 column. The inside there is a card, and the card has payment methods. The first, look at first card, right? So there is a payment method. If is paid true, then display the like paid at date and all that, right? Else not paid. Okay, display this badge. So this is just displaying the badge, right? If payment is done, because this is boolean value, right, either true or false. So if that is true, then you're going to display this date, paid at date. If not, you just display for right now not paid. Okay, next card here start with the shipping address. So we just get shipping address from our this structured data and then add there, right? So your paragraph, another paragraph, this is basically shipping address. If there is no shipping address, no shipping address, right, like that. So again, if shipping address is true, then display that. If not, display this one. Okay, same thing with the deliver, right? If delivered is true, if that is this is boolean value inside our database, right, inside the order. If that is true, then we're going to display this delivered at date time. If not delivered, then not delivered batch, right? And then you have the on the bottom you have another card with the quantity, item quantity price, right? So how many items are in this order, you're going to get from the order items, right? You map through that and you call the table row, table cell, and then display this information, right? So this is the table header here, item quantity price. And then in the table body, you loop through the data, order items data, and display the row, right? Each row will be one data, okay? So it has everything like the name, that is slug, right? Then you have the image there also, and quantity, right? Item name, quantity, all that is there. Item price, you can see there. Fine. And in the next one, on the right side, you're gonna get summary of the order, right? Like items, tax, shipping price, total price, and all that. Fine. So that is all we have here, right? In the order details form. Next or final one is this page, the order page, which will display this form, right? So let's complete that one also. So just copy this and I'm going to add here, right? So I need to import again get order by ID, right? We have that function, remember that in the order action. So import get order by ID from order action, and app name also, right? Import app name, import app name, right? So that's fine. We have not found from next navigation and order details form from here, right? Because that's the HTML we're going to display in our page. See, we already, when you click the place order, right, we are sent to this page. We saw that before in the beginning, right? Now we're going to display this one, this component. Okay, so order details page, we here, right, we can get the ID as a params, correct? When this page open, you have IDs, order slash ID, right? So in the params we can get that ID, that will be string. Now we're gonna send that ID to our get order by ID function. It will return the order, right? We have order now. So let's delete console. I mean, we can console log order and check, right? But if no order not found, and here is some issue. What is the issue now, right? Again, what is the issue, guys? Let me refresh this page. Control Shift P, reload the window, right? And let's see what we have. So here maybe something is not matching. So let's check now. So order is saying user, right? There is a user, that's fine. String or null, email will be string or null, right? I mean, what is the problem? The user is string or null. The type of user is email dot user dot email are incompatible between these two types. Okay, so there is something with the user, right? Email a user is so email is also the, so here in the email is also null, right? I think let's string or null is not assignable to the type string. The type of user email are incompatible between these types. So yeah, so let's make it email also null, right? Let's go back to our where was that? So where we are getting this get order by ID, right there. Here, I mean, we have selected name and email, right? We need to look at the type now. Okay, type, type. So name is true, email is true, right? That's fine. So So I need to find where is that type. Okay, here. Okay, we have user here, right? Sorry guys, null. Let's make this also null, right? Null, and I think that should work for now. This is just to make thing work, right? But there should be some different solution for this. So let's continue. Go back to our page and save, right? And then refresh one time. Let's see if that will pick up. Okay, still there is some issue, right? So what is the next issue now? Again, order, which is, so the expected type comes from the property order, which is declared here on the type intrinsic. Okay, order, right? Type null is not assignable to type full name string, street address string, city string. Okay, so all this latitude. Yeah, so same issue with the everything. So the type null is not assignable to the full name string, street address, city. So we have, basically we have issue with the type, right? Type. Okay, uh, that should be, I think that's, let's see if this will give us error or not. Okay, let's try now, right? Let's go back here. I mean, you can see the page is already appearing, right? We have the this ID order already. Okay, the only error is from the type checking, right? If I click here, you can see, payment method PayPal, shipping address is this, not delivered, not paid, and we have this 3 item, right? And here is the summary of the item on the right side. So this working, I'm gonna fix this issue with our type checking, which is inside here, right? Need to fix these things. Okay, I believe something with do with the shipping address. Let me check here, right? The shipping address, we have undip null here. So I just don't want to add. Yeah, it should accept, string or maybe null, right? We have to look at how to solve this properly. Okay, I mean, I can put null also to all of this and that error should be gone, but let's not do that for now. It's working, is fine. Okay, we're gonna fix that later, right? We're gonna come up with this solution for this also. Okay guys, so that is all I have, and you can see here when you place order with this ID, you will be reached here now, right? So the next step is implementing the payment with PayPal or maybe Stripe or cash and delivery, right? So that is the final steps remaining. Okay, thank you very much. I will see you on the next video, right?